Welcome back to Hot Flashes and Cool Topics podcast, the voice for women in midlife and beyond. My name is Colleen.
My name is Bridget.
Merry Christmas, everybody. We hope you are enjoying a day with family or friends or both. Or if you're by yourself, you're curled up with a blanket with a hot chocolate, watching some Hallmark movies and listening to us on this podcast. And we appreciate it. We hope you're enjoying the holidays. It's hard to believe it's 1 week until it's 2025. And Bridget and I thought we would take this episode to just kind of kind of recap the
hmm
2024 season and get ready
Yes.
for 2025 because we are kicking that off with some busy things. But
Yes.
2024, we had so many incredible guests, and Bridget and I were talking about what maybe was our favorite time, and obviously we have different ones. And I have to say, I think my favorite topic this year was actually the conversations we started having at the end of the year with people like Daphne Zuniga, Courtney Thorne Smith, Helen Slater, who opened our eyes to this magical time post 60 where they are much more comfortable with themselves. They are happier. They're achieving things that they want to do in their lives because we have been so focused on the menopause time in our life, the menopause journey, that I don't think we've really explored this huge chapter that can last 30, 40, 50 years of postmenopause and what,
Right.
we've touched on it, but I
hmm
don't think we've really discussed it. And I think that probably was my favorite conversation that we had this year. What about you?
Well, I really love that. I really do because that's what we're entering. That's what's happening. And I also really learned so much from new episodes. I really appreciate the ones that talk about setting boundaries. I really do because we have been living for so long trying to please everybody else, trying to make the holidays perfect. And especially today is Christmas. And, you've got this little time where you can just say, hey, I can't do that this year. I've been reading from different listeners about the expectations that are put upon women, and they're just expected year after year after year. But it's okay to set some boundaries, and you can do it very nicely. That really hit home with me is setting some boundaries because it's all right. It's like the world is not going to end if you don't host this thing or if you don't make what you always made this year, the cookies that you make every year. We don't expect that from you. So I thought that that was really important. And I also really appreciate our guests that really bare their souls to us
Right.
because I think that is so difficult. And so many guests have done that. And when they do that, so many other women don't feel alone. And when they share their journeys, they're sharing a story that this is how they got help. And we're going to hopefully help someone else find the way to get help if they're really struggling. So those topics really hit home with me. Not that I'm really having a terrible struggle with anything, but I think that when just little things that you think, oh, I have to do this, I have to get this done right now. And I don't have to get that done right now. And the world isn't going to end, we hope. but,
Right.
right. But that I think that those really have been helpful. I always say that since we started this podcast 5 years ago, I have gotten 5 years of free therapy from these fabulous guests. It has been really something. So, those are so important. And I think it's going to be so helpful as we go into our postmenopause years.
Right. We've kind of had this podcast follow our own personal journeys, which we're now both postmenopausal. Yay, hooray. And, setting boundaries for me was a big thing too this year. And for example, I've always been a huge Christmas Eve. I cook everything. Italians, I used to do 7 different fish. I really went to town. And this year it was order in from Buca de Beppo. Like that's
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I just could not handle. I have family in town. My mother, as you know, is living with me now, and it was overwhelming and I had to cut
Yeah.
something out. I had to
Right.
do it.
Everybody's going to be just as happy. And we had our big sibling gathering. I don't even know how many people were there. And my sister Susan, bless her heart, I mean, she has the central house that is large enough to hold people in Louisville. And I don't know, I think we had around 40 people. And we're just like, hey, just she ordered Qdoba, the big old catering where you just had the big pan of everything and everybody was happy. And Sister Jennifer, shout out to you for organizing the five favorite thing gift giveaway. So much easier. Everybody
Oh,
got what they
wow.
wanted. It was great. And she really, yeah. So I got to hand it to them this year for doing that. And, so it just really, little personal things
Little things,
happen.
yeah, they
they
can
they,
make a
they
big
can,
difference.
yeah, it seemed just so much more relaxing. We were laughing more. The kids were happier because they weren't saying, well, do I have another present for me? Do I have another present for me? And so it was more like, hey, you brought three presents and you get to take home three presents. And or you brought five and you just picked which ones were your favorite. And there were no fights, there was no crying. it was
Uh,
it was it was amazing. I couldn't
it
believe
was
it.
simpler. Sometimes
Yes,
simplifying your life, and I think that is something that we've learned this year from a lot of our from a lot of our guests, is that it's okay to say no.
yes.
It's okay to simplify. Not everything has to be perfect. Sometimes
It
presence
never will be.
over, right.
Yeah.
Presence over
Hmm.
perfection can
Right.
really, help out a lot. So maybe in this 2025 season, you take with you that it's okay to say no, that it's okay to simplify. You don't have to make everyone happy, which for me personally, huge people pleaser, very, very hard. I still to this day, my kids are 29 and 26, and I have to have the exact same amount of presents for both of
Oh,
them.
yeah. Yeah.
Which when they
Yeah.
get older, it's cost
Well,
different.
mine's dollar amount. So it's not amount, it's
Oh,
dollar amount.
I have to
Yeah. So
do
you have to
present
do
amount.
a quantity. Okay.
Hmm.
You
And
have to
that's
do
my own personal.
quantity.
They do not ask for that,
Oh, I know. It's
but
something we put upon ourselves.
right,
Yeah.
since they were little, I've just always wanted them to hang around, and I've always wanted them to feel like they got the same amount. So
Yeah.
yes, that's always an interesting thing every year. And then I will be when this episode no, not I will be taking my youngest to move into a new apartment in Boston because 1 year was, I guess, not enough. I have to move her again.
Because it's
So
so fun. It's
it's
so
so much
fun.
fun moving in a
Yes.
city. So simplifying the holidays this year was really helpful. And we would like to know how you've simplified your year. Bridget and I love when we get emails and comments and DMs from our listeners. Our email is hotflashescooltopics@gmail.com. And Instagram, you can DM us. You can find us on our website. There are so many ways to get in touch with us. There's a contact page on our website. We want to hear from you about what you want to hear in 2025. We also want to hear from you what you've learned from the podcast, because when we hear someone say, I really felt seen and heard, I learned so much. Thank you for this. It just gives us the energy to keep going. This is a
Right.
lot of work, people. This is not a small
It is.
work.
And we did not realize that 5.5 years ago how much work this is. But the what I have learned in these past 5 years, it is amazing. I can't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's another thing that you can do in your midlife is just continue to learn. That is, you are never too old to learn something. So that has been just incredible there. And we have a lot of exciting things coming up in the new year too. We're going to be doing some events live, some events we're going to be doing over Zoom. In February, on February 5th, we are hosting with Modern Prairie on the Modern Prairie app. So
Which
that is
is
a free
free.
app. It is free. That's right. So check out the Modern Prairie app. Melissa Gilbert, and hey, if you're our age, you remember Little
You
House
know,
on the Prairie.
you
She
know Melissa
played,
Gilbert.
yeah, you know who she is. She played Laura Ingalls. So this is one of her companies that she is with, and they have fantastic products, but they also have this free app and an incredible community where you can join that. You can get in different circles. Some people love to craft on there. Some people, they have topics they talk about and do Zoom calls and get together. There is so much on there, a very positive app and great community. So if you're looking for something like that, make sure you download the Modern Prairie app.
And we will have the Hot Flashes and Cool Topics group there, where we will be hosting a Zoom from a particular episode. We'll be picking an episode that we feel really deserves more attention. And we will be hosting a Zoom. Our first one, like Bridget said, will be February 5th. and we'll give you more information next month on that. We also are going to be traveling a lot next year. We are going to be attending a party for the Oscars. That's right. Bridget and I were invited to
Right.
attend one of the influencer parties the Friday night before the Oscars. Don't ask us to be influencers. I just think it's funny that people think we're an influencer, but we were invited and we're excited to go. And of course, we're taking you with us because you make sure
Yes.
you're on our Instagram and our YouTube pages because you do not want to miss what Bridget and I are going to probably get ourselves into because we'll get into some trouble
I
there.
may have to ask for, I have no idea what I'm supposed to wear to this. So I may be asking your opinions on
Right.
what,
You should
I
do
might
like
have some
this.
outfits or this, and I might have to ask you what you all think. So, that
Bridget's
would
good. For
be,
those of you who don't know, Bridget showcases a lot of women over 50 fashion and makeup on our Instagram page. We're going to start doing some more on YouTube as well. And she loves when people tell her, I like this at top with that bottom, or this, like, pick one. She likes to do
yes,
which do you choose. So we're going to be doing
right,
that. So make sure you're following us on Instagram. We'll probably be in Vegas in March, though it hasn't been confirmed, so we can't talk about that one yet.
right.
We will be going
Uh,
to
uh,
South by Southwest in
yes.
Texas, which is
Hmm.
exciting, and that's in March. And then we'll be in New York twice in May.
Okay.
So,
Right.
guys, we're going to be taking you with us on all these adventures because we want you guys to feel like you are a part of the Hot Flashes and Cool Topics group. And Bridget and I, we like to get into some trouble whenever we go away. So, yeah,
It's, Colleen, she kept herself calm when we were on QVC set. So I was so proud of her. But they're pretty chill at QVC with their set. So it wasn't very difficult to keep her calm, but they let
I
us walk
do
around, and
tend
that was
to.
exciting. Yeah, that was an exciting part of this year. I mean, I'm like, oh my gosh, I still can't believe we got to go to QVC
I
set.
probably will never be allowed back on the General Hospital set because let's just
No,
say I
yeah,
took advantage of the hospital and might have tried to become a
they
patient.
generally took it. Yes,
I
yes.
might have
So,
written some notes hypothetically in some of their files. So,
oh my goodness.
you just
Yeah.
never
Yes.
know what I'm
They
going
may
to
have to
do.
rethink their charity contribution things at auctions, at charity
Right. They don't do them
auctions for the
anymore,
people who win them.
probably.
Oh, really? Because your picture's next to it saying this is the reason. So,
Right.
no.
Sorry. Sorry, not
Yeah.
sorry. I paid money for the charity
She did.
auction.
She did. And
So,
so, hey, that's what you got to expect. And also, you guys, January 20th, I'm
ooh.
going to be knocked out because I am having a breast rejection surgery. And it is something I've wanted for a long time. Um, you know, isn't that something like people always emphasize like having a bust line? And I never was happy about having a large bust line. It's really not all it's hyped up to be. I guess everybody has things about them that they don't like. And normally, it's like, I don't really care that much about my face. I do Botox sometimes, but I don't really care. I don't plan on having a facelift, but if that's what you want, good for you. But my back hurts and my bra straps dig into my shoulders.
Right.
And and I lost weight and they still didn't go away. So I am having surgery. So I will probably do some little things about taking you along with me. I'm not going to show you everything, but I am going
Come
to
on, I could take the video camera in. It'll be
the
fine.
video. You don't want to see that, but
But you
I'm
know
doing
what?
it really.
There are women out there
Yes,
that have either one had the surgery and could offer some great advice for you because Bridget has never had a surgery before. This is her
I've
first
never had
one.
surgery in my life.
So
No,
she's
never.
nervous. So if you have any advice, please share it. It would make her feel so much better. And there are a lot of women out there that would like to get it done, but they don't know what it's involved. So, Bridget's going to kind of take you as far as she comfortably feels like
Feels like,
taking you.
yeah. So yeah, I'm really I've had a sibling that's had it done, and I have a niece that's had it done. So and I'm so glad my daughter didn't inherit that trait. It is kind of
Hmm.
I'm just so glad she didn't, because like right now I feel like I'm just leaning over because I just am tired of it. So that's
Well,
happening.
pretty soon you won't have to be tired of it anymore. But,
Yeah.
it is something that as we get older and things head south, if they're already
Yes.
large, they get heavy and they get uncomfortable and your back aches. And like you said, your bra straps. So we want to showcase real women, what's happening 50 plus. And, breast reduction surgery is something that a lot of women consider. I don't really have enough to consider.
but I'm jealous of you because of that.
Why? You'll
Shirts look
be
nice.
perky. You'll be
I
nice and
well,
perky.
I have never been perky.
You will.
I
You
will be.
Bridget's going to be like, "Hey, I can showcase anything now in
I have
clothes."
I've always had to wear a bra. Like since I was 10 or 11, I've always had to wear a bra and I am so daggone tired of it. So
Well, you won't have
that's
too much
happening
longer.
and I
So we're
can't lift over
starting.
5 pounds. Yes.
We
So
are
for a
starting off
while.
the year with a bang, literally. We're just bang,
Yeah.
bang, all gone.
Yes.
Boob, boob,
Yes.
bang, bang.
Oh, I tell you, Colleen thought I was going to be on vacation. She noticed the calendar was marked off. I said, a vacation from these boobs.
Right.
So, yeah. So
So we are
I'm
going to be
excited about
taking
that.
you on lots of journeys, some personal
Yes.
and some professional, but we would love to go along with you as well. So if something's coming up in your life and you want to share it with us, it may just show up on our episode. We may just call you out and say congratulations to someone who
On
may be
this and that.
graduating, yeah, college for the first time and they're in their 40s, 50s, 60s, or maybe they're pivoting careers. We want this community to grow. And we would love for you to join our Facebook group. We have about 5,400 women there. We talk about everything to do with midlife.
Right.
And we're going to have a lot of conversations post menopause because we believe that there is life after menopause. Thank you, goodness. Because, your hot flashes aren't necessarily going to go away, but you are going to feel more like yourself. And then you say, well, what am I going to do? So on
Right.
myself, what does that look like? So we want to help you with some suggestions and some experts and trailblazing women. It's all about the conversation. It's all about feeling like you're being seen and heard. And we hope that this podcast does that for you because we put a lot of heart into this and a lot of work. And we hope you feel comfortable getting involved a little bit more next year. We would love to hear from you. Hot flashes, cool topics at gmail.com. Tell us what you want to hear. Tell us what's going on in your life and join us on all of our social media, especially our YouTube, because
Mm-hmm.
as we keep saying for the last 2 months, we are going to start doing more stuff on YouTube. The TikToky, we're not sure where that's going
We're not
yet,
gonna sure. Yeah, we'll just see what happens. So, but we
but
are on YouTube.
YouTube,
Yeah,
yeah.
we share a lot. We share shorts, we share longs, we share mediums. So it's all over there. And oh yes, our award, our special award that
Oh,
we won. Yes.
Bridget, thank you for reminding me. The Best Holistic Life magazine has selected us as Podcast of the Year for 2025. We were so excited. It starts our year off just being so humbled by this award. The Best Holistic Life magazine has selected us as Podcast of the Year for 2025. We were so excited. It starts our year off just being so humbled by this award. It honors extraordinary individuals and initiatives whose dedication, creativity, and leadership have profoundly impacted the wellness community. Your contributions have set a remarkable standard of excellence. So, who knew, Bridget?
I know
Thank
when
you.
you said major award, I just kept thinking Christmas story. It's a major award, and it is not fragile. Okay, everybody, it is.
Exactly.
Yes, it is
But we
not
are so
Italian.
honored. So, thank you very much, Holistic Life Magazine, for naming us Podcast of the Year 2025. We will be living up to that next year.
Yes,
And for all of you, Merry Christmas. We will be starting off the new year next week too.
next
Next
week and
year,
next
next
year. That's right.
with
Both.
Stacy, with our one of our favorite people, Stacy London. She's going to be talking about what she is doing right now. There's so much going on, whether it be her Q50 ambassadorship to her new show
Clinton
with
Kelly.
Clinton Kelly. And it's not what's not to wear. It's more like wear whatever you want.
Want. Mm-hmm.
And what she's kind of speaking about and being an advocate for in her life. So we're going to start that off next week. We hope you enjoy it. Again, Merry, 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 Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Am I forgetting any happies? Happy everything.
Everything and anything and just happy. Let's be happy. So
Let's start the new year off with
yeah.
smaller boobs for Bridget and a
Yes.
bigger audience for Flashes and Cool Topics. Oh, and a bigger year for us. So thank you all for listening. We have appreciated all of you so very much this year, and we hope 2025 brings you so much joy and love, and we'll see you next year.
That's right. Bye.